Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today, I am going to be doing something a little different. Also, before I get into today's video, I just wanted to let you all know that this is officially my 50th video on my channel, which is absolutely insane. Thank you guys so much for sticking around since the beginning or coming into some newer videos on the channel. I can't thank you guys enough for the support. It means a lot to me. This video is pretty much dedicated to you guys because it is going to be a Q&A video where I'm going to be answering some of your questions you have submitted to me. So also I'm going to be reading the questions from my iPad because I'm recording with my phone, so yeah, let's just move on. The first couple of questions are going to be from Avela Vandala. She submitted 5 questions to me and I'm really excited to get into these. Okay, getting into the first question from Avela. She said, if you could choose one Jedi to be your master, who would it be and why? So for me, it would have to be Obi-Wan Kenobi because I feel like he is one of the most powerful Jedi masters out there. I mean, I know a lot of people can argue that there's probably some that are more powerful than him, but for me personally, that is my opinion. Why would I want him to be my master? Well, first of all, he's very wise beyond his years, and he is very knowledgeable of the Force, and I feel like he knows how to perfectly balance everything in terms of not only just the Force, but his emotions as well. Because if you know Obi-Wan's backstory, for those of you who have been following the Clone Wars all the way up to A New Hope, we see Obi-Wan go through a lot of challenges in terms of his emotions and expressing them. He was angry when Qui-Gon died. He was sad when Satine died in his arms, and Anakin, I think, just pushed him over the edge. Like, he just became a broken man at that point. So he got through it though, and he didn't let the fear and anger consume him. He really just did the best he could. He would be the perfect teacher to properly teach me everything I would need to know and how to calm me down when I have moments where I'm frustrated because I'm not getting something right, or I'm sad because, I don't know, what if I lose a friend to the dark side or something, like theoretically or whatever. Like, I feel like he would just know how to bring me back down to earth. Okay, next question. What's your favorite part about Star Wars? I guess for me, it would have to be the interconnectivity of Star Wars. So basically, I love interacting with fans all around the world and talking to people and hearing everyone's different ideas and theories where they think certain stories could go, or stories that are canon where they're like, okay, well, I imagined it this way, or I don't know. I just love talking to you guys because I feel like that enhances the experience even more. All right, third question. What inspired you to make your YouTube channel? Last year, I really wanted to get back into it because before I kind of just used it to comment on videos and like stuff. I did post stuff before on my channel, but it was like literally super low budget and literally the cringiest thing you've ever seen. But when I started working on my Cal Kestis fan fictions last year, I really wanted to start promoting them, and I was trying to figure out ways how to get them back on the internet, because before YouTube I was on a writing website and I left because, number one, the website got super toxic and there was a lot of negativity on there, so I did not like it. And two, the haters started coming onto my page and started saying really mean things. But then I finally decided, I gotta bite the bullet. You're always gonna have haters no matter where you are on the internet. You just gotta push through and put your work out there because there are going to be people out there who will love it. Going into this, it was a huge, like, this is gonna be a hit or miss. I don't know if it's gonna be a success or whatever, that wasn't my intention, like, oh, I'm doing this to get famous and get big or whatever. I was just like, I wanna share my creativity with the world, and if people love it, great. If people don't, oh well, at least I can say I tried. And surprisingly, my Cal Kestis fanfictions have done surprisingly well and have surpassed my expectations of what I thought the popularity of it was going to be. It slowly grew and then it's gotten bigger. And I've posted other videos and stuff too, but everyone seems to enjoy it and like it. I'm engaging with people, and that's the biggest reward I could ever ask for YouTube, and I'm gonna stick to it for quite a while. Great question, by the way. What are your other favorite fandoms slash movies? Okay, well, I'm gonna answer the movies because someone else did ask me what fandoms am I part of. To name a few, I am a huge Back to the Future nut. I love those movies. I can watch them over and over. They never fail to make me laugh. I know the movies like lines verbatim. I could literally reenact the whole thing. I also love the How to Train Your Dragon trilogy. I also like Lord of the Rings. I'm not a die-hard fan like a lot of other people, but I do enjoy those movies and they're very entertaining and the music is amazing. Last question. When are you visiting me in Europe? Well, girl, when are you visiting me in America? Joking aside, I would actually love to go to Europe. I don't think it's going to be anytime soon, unfortunately, because my bank account would just be bled dry. And that's very hard for a nerd like me who's starting to spend money on very nerdy stuff and video games. That tends to add up after a while. I don't know where or when we'll meet, but hopefully soon. We'll have to arrange it sometime. The next couple of questions are from Kyla_689. Her first question is, what's your favorite Star Wars quote? Okay, I'm gonna cheat and like name 4 favorite Star Wars quotes because I can't just pick one. That's like asking me what's my favorite movie. So the first one I think is when Qui-Gon talks to Anakin in The Phantom Menace and he tells him, your focus determines your reality. The next quote is from Jedi Fallen Order, and it's when Cal is watching Master Cordova's tape from BD1 and he's saying, failure is not the end, it is a necessary part of the path. Hope will always survive in those who continue to fight. The next quote is from, again, Fallen Order, and it's when Seer tells Cal, you know, we will always struggle, but that is the test. It's the choice to keep fighting is what makes us who we are. And I'm sure some can argue that's the same thing as what Cordova said, but to me, for that scene, it was like Seer was telling Cal, you know, like we're always gonna have fears, we're always gonna have anxieties about the world and everything and what we're capable of. But, you know, as long as you believe in yourself and you continue to push through the hurdles in life, you're going to accomplish great things. But only you can achieve it as long as you know you can do it. And the last quote, shocker, Fallen Order. It's when Cal talks to Marin and he tells her, life has this funny way of forcing you on the path forward anyway, and now here I am where I least expected. That quote in particular is like very relevant to my life right now. I've been pushing myself to overcome a lot of fears. Like, for example, YouTube has forced me to come out of my shell, and I have now formed a bunch of friendships online, and I've met amazing people in person that I didn't think was possible just because I decided to get out of my shell. Basically, if you don't get out there in the world and you don't venture out, you never know what kind of surprises you're going to uncover and who you're going to meet. All right, next question. Would you recommend the lightsaber building experience at the Disney parks? I was in Disney World recently, and even though I was taking pictures with the lightsaber, that actually wasn't mine. That was a friend of mine's lightsaber, and he let me borrow it when we were taking a bunch of group pictures and solo pictures with the lightsabers because I don't have the money to afford a lightsaber right now. Unfortunately, I can't really recommend it because I haven't experienced it myself. Hopefully one day, the next time I am at the parks, I will be able to do it. Next question. What anime are you currently watching right now? Yes, I am an anime nerd. I got into it recently, a few years ago. So I am currently watching the latest season of Demon Slayer. Great show, by the way. I totally recommend it if you're trying to get into anime. That is the show to watch first. Next question. What's your favorite candy? Kit Kats and Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. And finally, if you had to live anywhere in the world, where would you go? For the longest time, I used to say I want to live in Japan. It was all about Japan, Japan, Japan. And no, it wasn't because I was into anime. I just love the culture and the food, and I just thought it'd be so cool to live there. But then I found out a couple years ago that they get earthquakes a lot, and living in California where we already get earthquakes, probably not the ideal place to live. Now that has changed. I would probably live in either Italy or maybe Greece. I don't know. I just feel like there's something different about Greece. Also, the food is amazing. I love Greek food. I've never been, but I would love to go. But yeah, Italy would probably be number one because I love Italian food. Yeah, basically, if I'm gonna live anywhere in the world, it's food based. Anyway, next question from JT Lovecraft. And he asked, what other fantasy universes slash franchises do you like? Okay, so my next big franchise that I am absolutely obsessed with is Harry Potter. I actually have a Hedwig stuffed animal. Let me grab him. Look how cute he is! And he makes noises too, if I can find the button. I also have a Harry Potter wand. This is actually Harry's. I did not get it at Universal Studios. I got this at Barnes & Noble a couple years ago. And it lights up, but I don't have batteries in it. But yeah, I'm a diehard nerd. I am also into the Hunger Games franchise. I've read all the books. I don't know if this one really counts as like a franchise or whatever, but well, I guess it kind of does. But I'm a diehard Nintendo fan. I have all the games. I'm a huge Zelda fan. I love Mario, obviously, who doesn't? But yeah, those are probably my top couple franchises that I'm into. The next question is from Cal Westis, and he said, do I have any future cosplay plans? I'm gonna give you like a two-parter answer to that because I have dream cosplays I want to do, but cosplays that I am pretty much working on right now as we speak. First off, I would love to do the second sister Trilla from Fallen Order. I love her outfit. Her helmet is so dope. And the most expensive thing from that outfit, unfortunately, is her lightsaber of all the things. I don't know, her outfit is pretty expensive as well, but I will need a lot more money in order to afford that. The next one I would love to do, probably not a surprise to you because I've mentioned this before in the past, is Marin from Jedi Survivor. What sucks is I had her jacket. I had a jacket exactly like that, but it was starting to rip. So it pretty much fell apart, so I had to toss it. And I had a red shirt, and then that started ripping. So I'm like, great, now I have to like replace the whole thing again. So I have to go shopping again and replace those pieces. So it can happen, but another unfortunate factor is the makeup. So my ladies, the girl cosplayers out there, if you know any makeup, gray makeup that won't make me break out, please list those in the comments below because my skin is extremely sensitive. So if you know any information, help a girl out. Okay, and the third dream cosplay would have to be Padme from Attack of the Clones. Not the outfit I wore at Galaxy's Edge, but her dress that she wears with Anakin when they're on Naboo. Now, the first cosplay I have pretty much ready to go in terms of ordering is Omega from the Bad Batch. I know we've got Max and Nick to be some of the other Bad Batch members, also you included. So whenever you guys are ready, really, that's when I'm gonna order my Omega outfit, and then we can all just hop to a Comic-Con together. Now finally, the outfit that I pretty much have together is Kay Vess from the brand new Star Wars game, Star Wars Outlaws. The only thing I am currently on the hunt for is her jacket. I don't know when, but eventually I'm trying to hope maybe by Halloween I will get it together. Also, two other pieces I need is her pouch belt, and I need a blaster at some point. And unfortunately, blasters are very expensive. So that might be another thing that's like low budget, or I might get cardboard and get very crafty and just cut it out and try to make it look as good as possible. But I'm trying. If you know any blasters that might be on a good lower budget or a decent price at least, let me know. Now the last and final question is from Mr. Charlie Thomas, and he said, what is your biggest inspiration you have gotten from Star Wars that reflects on your everyday life? What is the biggest inspiration? I know it's another typical cliche because majority of my friends know that I am obsessed with Jedi Fallen Order and Cal Kestis and the Mantis crew. Fallen Order came into a time where I was kind of falling out of Star Wars, and I was like, well, this is either gonna warp me back into the fandom or it's gonna break it and I'm done with Star Wars pretty much forever. It wasn't because, I was like, oh, I hate Star Wars because the sequels ruined it. I was just starting to fall out of it, and I didn't know what was gonna keep me in the fandom, basically. Sorry, starting to get a little rambly here, but needless to say, it obviously exceeded my expectations, and it inspired me a lot to write my own stories and expand those stories into my own creativity spark. So yeah, in this very long rambling answer, I guess what I can say is Fallen Order has obviously made a huge impact on my life, but Star Wars overall has always made a huge impact on my life. It's a franchise I've grown up with since I was very young, and I've continued to meet people to this day, and now I'm starting to form bigger friendships and just connect with people from all over the world is the most exciting thing to me. I want to be an encouragement for you guys because all of you have been a massive encouragement to me. So, you never know unless you try. Thank you all so much for submitting your questions. I had an absolute blast doing this, and I hope to do some more in the future. And as always, my Padawan learners, may the Force be with you always.